What up, y'all, man? Listen, you back with your boys Ola and Iz. What up, Ola?
What's good? Iz?
Hey, man, check it out, man. Listen, man, first and most, before we get started, let you know, man, DKL Exteriors, man, we are a home improvement company, exterior, interior. We're going to take care of you. Give us a call at 571-494-3709 if you're interested in getting a free estimate, man.
Hit them with that number again, man.
494-3709. We out here making moves, man. Check us out, man. DKL Exteriors.
Show.
All right, now, bro. Before we do anything, what they need to do?
Hey, as always, make sure that y'all like, make sure you comment below, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you update on all the latest, and make sure that you subscribe. We always like those good subscriptions, like those comments, keep them rolling, and let's go.
Hey, man, it's summertime, man. Stay hydrated, man, on that
Absolutely,
water.
for sure.
Stay hydrated on that water, man. Hey, listen, man, we appreciate the comments, appreciate the views, appreciate the people that, got involved.
Yeah, tuning in. Absolutely.
Man, so listen, we decided to do a part 2. It just gets more and more interesting. I think we're 3 months out from the election, right?
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like we're no more further than we were 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? I think people are still questioning, the same things about your girl, right? Like, I don't think she's really saying much.
She's staying quiet, but she's staying visible.
And those are the ones you got to worry about, homie. The females that don't say anything until you get in bed with them. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones you got to worry about. I'm not saying I'm for or against. I'm just simply saying that, man, listen, it's interesting. The problem is, right, you have Trump, regardless if you agree with him or don't agree with him, you got him looking good because he's saying something.
Yeah.
He's telling you what he believes. He's telling you what he thinks. He's letting you know exactly where he's at.
You got something to debate with.
Yeah. Right, even if you agree or disagree, or even if it's the truth.
Yeah.
With your girl Kamala, right?
Yeah.
They don't even know what she stands on. They don't know what her policies are.
Pretty quiet.
When you look at it, she's pretty quiet, bro. So she's over here, she's over there. And I think maybe that might be what she feels is her like secret weapon, right? Like her strong suit. Maybe she feels like if she says less, then based on what people want to believe,
kind of ride the wave a little bit.
Ride the wave will be stronger because now if she starts saying too much, now they can start digging in and saying, okay, but hold up. So maybe that's her, because she's not a dummy now.
No, not at all.
She knows exactly her strategy.
Yeah.
And maybe that's her strategy. I don't know. What do you think?
So to that point, you think possibly she's being prepped for being able to answer more of these more difficult questions and, address the public on more of a head-on type of manner? Like, do you think she's being more prepped? I mean, because that could be the case. Because she isn't really delivering much for us to go off of at this point. She's doing the rallies. She had Meg Thee Stallion out there, which a lot of people had big issue with.
Now, I know my ladies in the crowd love their body. Real hot girls. And if you want to keep loving your body, you know who to go for.
Megan Thee Stallion kicked off Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign event in Atlanta, getting the crowd hyped.
She was out there twerking and all. However, as far as having something concrete to go off of, we don't really have much to actually go off of. You know what I'm saying? And so, to that point, she could be getting prepped for, because there is supposed to be a big convention. I believe it's this month, in fact. And either at that convention or afterward, it's said that we'll start seeing more of what she's really about.
So basically, as we get closer and closer to the election, we'll get to see her more and more who she is.
Right.
That's just, it's fun. It's interesting that, you think about it, because the powers that be, and we're not talking about God, right? We're talking about the powers that control these circuits and these people. When you look at it, think about it like this. Now, don't say nothing. Shh, don't say nothing. Leave it alone. It's working for you. Your polls are going up because you're not saying nothing. True. If you say something, you're going to offend the wrong people. And the right people that want to believe you're the right candidate need you to not say nothing so that they can not want to go with Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you do that, you have literally ruined what we're trying to do for you right now.
And to the point, she's bringing in more money right now as well. So it's bringing in big money by not saying anything, too.
So it's hard for me to believe that less than 3 months out, we're going to start to get to know who she is and get to know her politics. Guess what? When you start going the last 3 months, you got to look at it. That's why they do these things prior, right?
True.
They prepare for it prior.
Yeah.
The last 3 months is when you're fine-tuning your candidacy, right?
Okay.
Like, you're
That's
saying,
facts.
look, less of that, more of this, less of that, more of that.
Yeah.
She just saying, Hey man, you're either gonna be happy with my results or you're gonna wish you never voted for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
She don't care.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And one of the major things that people have been able to kind of target without her fully addressing it is immigration, right?
Hold on, I want to stop for a second.
Yeah.
You ever got in an argument with somebody that didn't love you or didn't care?
Absolutely.
Right? And how did that make you feel when they don't respond? Have they ever not responded and they just looked at you like, are you done yet?
I think that would mentally that get in your head, because you're expecting a response, right?
So just think about it. But how does it make you feel?
Ignored.
So just think about it like this. You got her. You're out here like, yo, Kamala, what's your policies? What's this? What's this? We want you to do this. We believe this. And she's looking at you like, doesn't matter what you want. I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyways.
Yeah.
I'll just vote for me. And I'm not saying vote for Trump, don't vote for her. I'm not saying either one of those. I'm just saying it blows my mind because I've been in situations where you find yourself arguing with somebody or they've argued with me and I'm looking at them like, why are we arguing? What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I have my own agenda. I just think it's kind of odd.
I mean, and oftentimes that even stimulates more interest, right? Because you're kind of like, okay, well, what does this person have? You want to know more, right? Because when you don't get that answer, it makes them dig deeper. Like, okay, we really want to know. We really want to know. We start digging more. And when you still don't get it, it just causes people to be more interested. And it could, it could shoot her in the foot. Or it could actually boost her up even more, come that time where she really wants to start answering questions.
But also look at it like this. Think about it like this. So here it is. Everybody's like, Kamala, they're like, Trump.
Yeah.
She's over there looking at y'all like, see, this is what y'all normally do. Y'all argue back and forth.
Yeah.
Y'all always argue, and that's what makes you look bad.
Right.
So I'm not going to argue with you. Yeah. I'm not going to defend it. I'm not going to say much.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of just stick to certain...
Just coast.
Coast through it.
Yeah.
Because you know what? That only does make me look like the stronger candidate. Because that could be her
That could be her aim, yeah.
It could be her angle or her aim is like, yo, while you're over there being you, I'm going to sit over here and just be like, I'm not affected by you. And it makes people be like, man, she can
actually hold her ground. Yeah.
So I don't know. We're gonna see.
Yes, indeed.
But you were bringing up something about the whole.
Yeah. So one of the points that I've heard and like the Black Twitter space and such is immigration.
The mayors of New York City, Chicago, and Denver sounding the alarm about the national immigration crisis. Denver Mayor Mike Johnston says his city is scrambling to process busloads of arriving migrants.
We're looking at about $160 million of potential costs going into next year's budget. That's almost 10% of our entire city budget.
The trio of Democrat mayors accusing Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott of cruel and inhumane politics for busing migrants across the country. New York City now working to accommodate some 200 migrants bussed in from Philadelphia after their flight from El Paso was diverted due to weather. In response, New York Mayor Eric Adams now mandating advance notice for migrant arrivals and restricting when and where they can be dropped off.
To be clear, this is not stopping people from coming, but about ensuring the safety of migrants and making sure they can arrive in a coordinated and orderly way.
And so the immigration crisis is one in which the assumption or conclusion is that the immigrants are coming in and they're stealing the jobs of hardworking black people, right?
Black people or American people?
American people, but black people have latched onto this theory as well, which is that the immigrants are stealing our jobs.
What jobs are these? They're the ones they're stealing. I just want to know which one they're stealing.
Right.
Because I have one stealing from me.
I haven't heard of them yet.
Oh, okay.
And so that's been one of the talking points. And so from Kamala's, what we assume from Kamala at this point is that she is much more liberal on immigration, in which she doesn't see immigration as a crime or people coming to this country and bettering themselves as a bad thing. And so she's much more open. No. So my angle isn't whether or not she should or shouldn't. It's more so, surmising what her stance or what her assumed stance is on immigration. Whereas Trump, on the other hand, from what we've even heard prior, is more enforcement on border patrol, locking down the borders, even assumingly removing individuals who are not documented from the country, right? And so there's that contrast between them that we can actually see right now, where on the Democratic side, they're more so for immigration, whereas on the Republican side with Trump, he's more so against it. That's the assumed stance.
Okay.
What do you think?
We were talking about this, man, so I'm just going to say this. I find it interesting, man, how, look, I'm for anybody that wants to better themselves.
Facts.
The fact that we think that we're going to shut down the borders and keep people from coming in is not going to happen. You know why? It's a money thing. See, when it comes to money, it's propaganda, bro. Think about it, right? Here we are talking about, they're focusing so much on the border. I always believe when America or any government talks about one thing so much, it's to keep your eyes off something they don't want you to focus on, right?
I've heard that theory. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just something that I kind of think or believe on, right? Because it's like, why are we talking so much about something that's not going to stop or change, right? Like, bro, are they really going to shut down? Could they really? Yes, we could invest billions of dollars into law enforcement, trillions of dollars into stopping these. So you're telling me that with technology to where we're supposedly at and all these things, we can't stop people from crossing the border? We don't have the technology or manpower or the power to stop it?
Right.
No, bro. We don't want to stop it. We don't want to stop the drugs from flowing over here. We don't want the guns from coming over here. We don't want coming over here because guess when that stops? Billions of dollars stop going into everyone's, these government contractors' pockets, and these big wigs who have invested all this money. Money stops going in their pocket.
Yeah.
Who wants that to happen?
True. Yeah, that's
we do, really. But
yeah.
America, the higher the powers that be that don't. So check it out. I'm gonna say this one thing. Now, let's be honest, man. Trump talking about closing down the borders. You know, they talking about, against immigration and stuff like this. People talking about, black people talking about they stealing our jobs. The only jobs I see they taking are these construction jobs. Yeah. That's the main ones. They got a niche, and I respect how they
they moving.
You think about it. Who do you think Kamala, right?
Yeah, Kamala.
All right, Kamala. Yeah. And Trump, who do you think built their house with their hands?
I would say probably the Mexican community.
Maybe the illegal immigrants?
The illegal,
immigrants.
Immigrants.
Maybe. All right, immigrants.
Yeah.
Now, do you think when their house was being built, they went through and said, let me see your green card, let me see your visa. Did you go and do a background check on every one of these people?
Right.
Absolutely. Did you fire the crews because they were possibly illegal immigrants?
And we're talking about both sides, not just both sides.
We're talking about Trump and all. Bro, what are we talking about?
Right.
They not stealing my jobs. They're doing the jobs, in my opinion. Now, we're not talking about the ones committing crimes.
Right.
We're not talking about those. We're talking about the ones that are coming over here illegally or eventually, hopefully, become legal and are literally doing what we do not want to do. I don't see black people running to these construction sites. Like, I'm in the home improvement industry.
Yeah.
I don't see me going to pick up a hammer and say, look, hey, get out of the way. I'm going to build this house. I want to use my blood, sweat, and tear to build this house.
Right.
Get out of my way.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here, man? Like, what are we talking about?
I think we're talking about things that we can kind of glamorize, but there's really nothing. It's baseless, right? Because as you said, are we really going to shut down the borders and not let people in and cut off that money source? Absolutely not. So really it's kind of like, and to your point, what's really the point that we're actually focusing on, right? What's really happening behind the scenes? Because immigration is not it. Immigration can't be it, because even to Trump's point before, he used to talk about having domestic building of things, right? Versus importing from China. Do you know how much things in the U.S. is imported from China?
Yeah.
Imported.
Indonesia,
India, all these other countries. You're telling me that American people, right, and Trump included, wants to completely cut that off so that everything is made here in the U.S.
Bro, the cost of it, they don't, hell to the no. Hell no. Who are we? Hey, bro, why are y'all being fooled so easily?
I don't get
check
it.
it out. You know what I was thinking about?
It sounds good, though.
It sounds great. You know what even sounds even more to the buffoons that are like, well, man, shut the immigration down. We don't want no more immigrants over here. But guess what they do when they need to get an estimate for a job? They call it Jose and Hector. Guess what they doing? When I come to the door, or the white man comes to the door and give them this extremely high price, or a price that's above, they're like, I'm going to Home Depot and picking up Jose and Hector. But hold on, you want to shut immigration down? Come on, man. Y'all don't want that. Y'all want to just talk. That's all America wants to do is just talk.
Man.
Like, bro, because think about it. Think about to our economy, homie. You know, it's a lot of y'all gonna agree with this, now y'all not. But think about our economy. If we take and remove all the illegal immigrants, bro, what would happen to the housing market? No more houses are being built. I don't know. Raise your hand right now and look in the mirror and say you would go and pick up a drill gun, pick up that, and you would choose a bunch of white people, a bunch of black guys, and you trust the fact that y'all gonna go and build it. No, y'all not gonna do that.
It's not gonna happen.
Because guess what you're gonna do? If you do it, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna want more pay. They're gonna be like, oh, I'm not taking $20 an hour. I need 75. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna bust that wall down and let Hector and Jose come right back across that. I'm with Hector and Jose, baby. Hey, listen, man. But I'm all about, man, you understand that our system and our economy is built on certain backs of certain sweat and tears, right? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about the people coming over and committing crimes. I'm talking about the people that are coming over and helping our economy evolve.
I mean, we saw that through COVID, right? When there was a scarcity with certain items, even wood, right? Like those prices shot up, right? To your point, let's say you remove the actual grinders, the ground workers to that, and say, okay, it's just going to be all homegrown, right? You're black, you're white, every other culture that's just here, born here, y'all do the groundwork. Like you said, we already got the price of wood and all that going up. It's gonna like quadruple. Bro. Think about it. Nobody's gonna buy a home at that point.
I don't want to hit too hard because I could go all day with this because I think it's funny to me, right? I think it's so funny the fact that we're so discussing this, but we're not looking at the effects of it, right?
True.
So think about it, right? Think about why they sent all of these manufacturing facilities overseas. Think about it, bro. All of our major companies. Now we still do in-house, like you know, we still have our our facility, our manufacturers and stuff like that, right? But think about it. How many of these facilities and operations are overseas, and why? Why?
Cost.
Cheaper to build it there.
Absolutely.
And cheaper to import it.
Absolutely.
Than it is to make it in America.
Absolutely.
So we can, y'all over here, man, listen, man, y'all over there talking about make America great, and y'all talking about, man, close the borders. I'm not saying you right or wrong.
It's a cute discussion.
It's y'all so cute. Y'all so cute. You know, and then if you do it, what you're gonna do is, guess what we're gonna do?
Complain.
And what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do when they not getting the pay? What do Americans do when they don't get the money they want? What do? They boycott.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna start boycotting the facilities, and guess what? These billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies are gonna say. So I just think that it's a good conversation to have. But realistically, is it going to happen? Will it ever happen?
Right.
Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Because y'all, every one of y'all that are saying it, right, are hiring these people, right? Because they're giving you cheap rates.
True.
That's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because who wants to go to work every day? Because I respect what they do. I've done it. I've been out there with them. I respect what they do.
Oh, yeah.
But think about it, because they doing something I don't want to have to do, right? But think about it. I'm going to get this. Think about it. Who you're making your income? Let's say you make $80,000 a year, $120,000 a year. Right. You got my man Hector over here. Let's say a job. He's going to charge you $3,000. This good old American guy, right? Legal, citizenship, green, all that stuff. He's going to charge you $9,000.
Easy.
You're going to pay $6,000 more if you're going to get better quality.
Right.
Maybe not. Maybe a little hiccups. Maybe don't do great at $3,000.
Right.
But you're going to tell me you're going to pay $6,000 because you're not going to believe in that? Come on, man. Come on.
I agree, man.
Hey, yo, so listen, man. You know, I want to leave one last note about this whole immigration thing. I do believe, and I'm going to say this, that we need to limit the amount of people that come in at a time, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you got to censor that. You just can't have
just open
everybody who's coming to America, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because,
with no regulation.
Because guess what? Economically, it's not going to work like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like our system is created to sustain so much at a certain particular time, right? But I do believe that people do have the freedom to come. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know what I mean? This and that. But I do want to say this, and you made a good point, right? Go ahead. What were you saying?
So the theory is that the immigrants to the country are taking our jobs, taking the black jobs. And when I started thinking about that, whichever side that you're on, let's just say that we entertain the thought that they're taking our jobs, right?
I mean, that's strong arm robbery. They grab it, they taking that shit.
My thought process is white collar jobs, right? The business jobs. We're talking about jobs, the government jobs. That's the type of jobs that I'm thinking of that someone of the black community, the white community would say the jobs are being taken of, right? Is that happening on any level?
Bro, I'm an American, can't get a government job. They're not taking my job because I can't get the job. So it ain't.
On any level, is that occurring? And I would say no.
Nah.
Now, and we spoke about this before, on the blue collar level, right? The more manual labor, are we doing those jobs?
Most of them not. But go ahead.
Are we fighting for those jobs?
Hell no.
Are we up here standing in line saying we want to build homes? We want to build the infrastructure. We want to get into construction. We're knocking on the door and we're being rejected because immigrants are taking it?
Nah,
I don't think so.
I ain't seen a brother or a white man at Home Depot waiting to get picked up by a truck. Yeah. I ain't seen y'all getting it. Man, I ain't seen him at Home Depot. You ever seen him at Home Depot? You ever seen him at Home Depot? I ain't seen one yet, bro. Look, I don't see no black man or white man or woman at that. Right. Y'all be talking about it's equality.
Yeah.
I don't see none of y'all at Home Depot, bro. When I pull up, I'm looking for a brother or a white man like, oh, no, let me drive. You know what I'm doing? Hey, bro, how many of y'all can do this? Hey,
man, even at that, how many, I guess, immigrants do you think are working at like your Targets?
Bro,
your Target, right?
Not many.
Best Buy.
Not illegals. They're not taking
those jobs.
Because you know what they're doing? They have a niche in our system.
Yeah.
Now check it out. You know what they're even doing that's even like they're killing it, bro? You gotta be real with you. Right? Think about it. They're even creating businesses.
Yep.
And only employing their people.
This is true.
And we're going to these not halal, but to these grocery stores. They go and support
That's true. They got their own grocery store.
They have their own system structure over here, and they support each other. And guess who's even killing that? The Asians, dog.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
That's true.
The Asians is what y'all need to be watching, bro. Y'all worry about the wrong thing. Bro, the Asians are starting these whole global food stores and only put Spanish people in. They don't put Asians because you know why? They know what it is, bro. Look, Asians opening all these different hair weave stores. They employing Spanish people. I don't see none of y'all black people going to these. I ain't seen a black person working at Asian
That's a good point.
Asian store yet, homie. Nah. You know why? So I guess they're not taking your jobs. You know what's even funny? I don't see no black people, white people running. I ain't seen none of them. Yeah. Listen, check it out. I remember my niece was working at a global Mark Food Market. Okay. I thought it was so cute. She was the only black girl in that. That's I'm proud of you, sis.
Wow.
Hey, but you know what's even funnier is when you go to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Who you see working in 7-Elevens? They own people, right?
Yeah, this is true.
Bro, when I see black people working at 7-Eleven, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. You know, shit seems weird as hell.
It does seem weird.
It seems like,
I've seen. It's very few. It's not like I've seen a lot.
They taking their jobs. My people taking your jobs. You know what I'm saying? It's 7-Eleven. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's get them, baby. Hey, but you think about it, bro. They not look, man. Like they doing what we don't want to do.
Yeah, it's not. It's smoke and mirrors, and people will continue to fall for it, right? Yeah. People are going to continue to fall for it. I would say the biggest ones to challenge is white America more so than black Americans, because for the most part, black Americans are just going to follow white Americans in their argument about immigration, right? Because really,
I see what you know what I'm saying? Where you going with this?
Like, what are black people really complaining about? You know what I'm saying? Where immigrants? No, don't tell FBA that. You know, like I don't.
You stupid for that one. He said, "What do we look like?" He said, "What do we look like?"
You know,
damn,
really.
Wow, that was a. Hey man, I hope did y'all catch that? That's real right there. That's real, bro.
I think it's a follow mentality, right? And so that's why I said the biggest challenge is going to be to white America, because the question is. How much are you really going to take? To what level are you really going to take this to? Where you're going to fall behind, cut off immigration, right? Mm-hmm. To what point are you willing to pay double, triple what you're paying right now? Are you cool with that?
Nah, never that.
Right?
White
So
America
it's
ain't
kind of
doing
like, it's like, what are we really talking about?
Listen,
you know?
bro. The thing about it, listen, we're going to say this. You got to think about it. That was actually a good point, yo, because think about it. White America's the only one that really focuses on immigration and border control and everything. Because think about it, bro. I'm going to give y'all something to think about. This shit is about to be racist as hell. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this about to be racist as hell. Damn old line is, baby. Listen, you got to think about it. So white Americans, in Europe, right, when they had to go and pick the cotton, they had to go do the fields and stuff, right?
Wait, you said white Americans?
Just bear with me, yo.
Okay, all right, I'm listening.
They had to go and do it. The first day they was out there, they said, God dang, this sun killing me. Shit, we need to find somebody else. They got on ships, coast all the way to Africa.
Yeah.
And they started the whole bringing them over here. So now we want to close the borders. When y'all the ones that brought us over here, now y'all don't like the fact that there's other people over here because you can't profit off them. See, you can't profit off the backs of Mexicans and Spanish people like you profited off the backs of blacks. And so now it's an issue. We want to close the borders. Y'all the ones that started this epidemic.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did I do too much right there?
Hey, I mean, I don't think that there's too much that comes to the truth.
Lotion back then. They ain't had no sunscreen back then.
Drink some water on that one.
Yeah.
So the other point to kind of pivot is colorism, right?
Colorism.
And so one of the talking points that everyone's been harping on is Trump, right? So Trump went to a rally. Well, it's not necessarily a rally, where he was invited to a board. It was, I believe, 4 women.
Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
And one of the questions that everyone is talking about was about Kamala being potentially a DEI hire, right? Diversity, equity, and inclusion, right?
What?
Yeah, so it's...
no, bro, why we get so technical in
Yeah,
this thing, bro? Is she black or not?
It's just words that are completely pointless, right?
No, under CIA.
And so Trump's response was that he didn't know that Kamala was black until recently. He always understood that she was Indian until as recent that now she's identifying as black. And so everyone's just like, oh my God, I can't believe that he said that. I can't. To me, I think, again, this is kind of like the whole smoke and mirrors type of thing, where it's kind of like, really doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter that Trump thought that she was black or not. Who really cares about what he thinks about her color?
No. Hold up, bro. Americans care. No, bro. My black complex brother, we care. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently so, because this has kind of like taken the forefront as to what we're talking about when it comes to the next president, is whether or not she's black or not. At the end of the day, personally, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if she's black, if she's Indian.
Why?
Because it doesn't matter when it comes down to what she's actually going to do. You can be a white person and do absolutely nothing for the black community. You could be a black person and do absolutely nothing for the black community.
Well, we can say we had a black
We can
president.
say, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? We can play the colorism politics and be like, well, this is phenomenal because we got a black woman. She's black and she's a woman. That's all that we need.
You know what? You made me think of something. How many times, now let me ask you a question. Let's talk about this whole epidemic that happened with black-owned businesses, right?
Okay.
Like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
And I respect it. I love the fact when we talk about black-owned business.
Yeah.
Black-owned business, to be honest with you, right?
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how many of us black people are running to the black-owned businesses only and supporting them? There are large numbers.
I would say small
There's
numbers.
a small number, but I'm saying I would say there's larger numbers than probably before. But I would have to say
now.
There are more people who would go to a black-owned business.
True.
Walmart.
Okay.
And you got a black-owned, not black-owned, but it's called Walmart.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
How many of y'all gonna go to this black-owned Walmart and not go to Walmart?
Yeah.
How many of y'all gonna do it?
Yeah. There's gonna be very few.
It's crazy how we play the color game when we want it to benefit us.
Yeah.
But when it really comes down to it, how many of y'all gonna drive 30 more minutes to go to a black-owned supermarket versus going 10 minutes down the road
That's true.
to a regular supermarket? And I'm not saying like, yo, listen, I support it.
Yeah.
I've supported black-owned businesses.
Yeah.
I encourage it. But now it's becoming an issue talking about she's not black, she's Asian, she's this, she's that. It's all smoking guns, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's because you know what? Oh, Trump said, oh, now what does it do? Makes Trump look bad. Or it makes Trump look good.
True.
It makes Kamala look like a victim. Or it makes her look like she ain't accepting her skin color. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
I don't know,
I mean, and to your point, when it comes to the support of black businesses, I will say we have come from a deficit, and so I do grant that there's going to be a buffer of time before black people really, engage and support black businesses. And like you said, there's more now than there has been. Transformation of the mind. And so I do grant that. But to your point, currently, yes, there is a struggle point to support black business. So it's kind of like you want to act as if the blackness is a huge issue, but at the same time, when it comes to supporting black people yourselves, it's kind of like, maybe I'll go to the white customer, the white business a little bit more.
And it's not even that it's about we will or won't. It's not even about that. It's a conscious thing.
It's a conscious thing.
You
have
to wake up and consciously make a different decision to say, listen, it's like living healthy, right?
Yeah.
It's like I eat bullshit all day. You know what I mean? And now I decide to want to get in shape, lose some pounds, eat healthy.
Yeah.
It makes a conscious decision.
Yeah.
Right? So check it out. When you're going to vote, you got to make a conscious decision, not based on color, not based on race, not based on
sex,
Trump offended because he said I didn't know she was black. And it's bullshit,
It's complete bullshit.
It is. It's only bullshit to people who are consciously trying to change their mindset and to think outside the box and realizing that the people that we related to the most, think about, bro, go back to slavery, bro. Do you think it was only white people that enslaved black people?
That's a touchy subject right there.
Who helped enslave blacks?
Yeah. I mean,
Blacks,
a lot of people will say that I don't want to, but I would say in a way, granted the access to it being. To our naivete, right?
Yeah, naivety. And I don't disagree with that.
Right.
They preyed on our naivety. Say that again?
Naivete.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing we do now. When the first thing we want to do is we look at somebody that looks like us and we don't even look any deeper. And I'm not going to go hard on this because why would we get on a ship with a whole bunch of people that don't look like us and just think, hey, they about to take us to Disneyland, my boy? But guess what? We didn't know better. Now we have the conscious ability and technology to a certain degree that ain't misleading to make a better decision.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
And we still not making better decisions.
Oh my boy.
I mean, this is definitely a.
Oh, let me say one thing real quick. That does not mean I'm telling y'all to go vote for Trump.
Absolutely not.
That's not what I'm saying.
No.
And I'm not telling you to go vote for Kamala. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, let me just say this one thing.
Yeah.
Like, step back for a second. Wash your face real quick. Get that dirt off that you keep keeping there, right? And look at what's going on with the layers. And then start seeing what's going on with our system and why they keep planting these things in our minds and keep telling us these things and keep putting it before us when they're not giving us this.
Yeah.
When they need to be giving us this, they're giving us McDonald's and Burger King instead of a salad with some chicken and breast. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. We've been conditioned to only side with a side and not ask any questions. Right? We get associated with one side and we accept everything that they say And even if we know that it's wrong, we just go along with it, right? Because what I've seen a lot, even when it comes to Kamala, I don't necessarily follow a lot of the Trump side, which is surprising to a lot of people because they say if you question Kamala, it means you're for Trump, right? But anytime that you ask a question to Kamala, or if you ask a question about what she's going to do, the immediate response is, well, you must be for Trump. That is stupid. Even Kamala included, right? Yeah. She was, there was a rally that she had, and there were a lot of protesters, and they were making a bunch of noise. And she was like, look, if you want to vote for Trump, just vote for Trump.
He intends to surrender our fight against the climate crisis, and he intends to end the Affordable Care Act. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that, otherwise I'm speaking.
Right? I'm speaking here.
God,
and I'm just like...
Hey, look, that's smooth. That's smooth right there, Shawty. I gotta give you one up on that. That's smooth. She like, hold up. You ain't gotta question me, bro. If you wanna vote for Trump, go vote for Trump. You ain't gotta question what I'm doing. I ain't gonna do nothing but take your dignity, your livelihood. Don't question nothing. Like I said, but it's cool.
Right.
Just go vote for Trump.
Just go vote for Trump.
And that'll make you look like, oh shit, I don't.
That's the part that gives me a sour taste when it comes to this whole process is that I really would like to see us come to a level of consciousness where we are interested in having an open dialogue about what someone's actually going to do and still be in support of someone. Yeah. I think that is the ultimate respect in which you can tell someone, look, I don't agree with what you're doing. I'm backing you, but I don't agree with this, and this, and I think this can be done this kind of way.
Oh, yeah, hands down. You know,
what's wrong with that?
Hey, I kind of was in a Black Panther moment, like, yo, they, you know, as much as y'all didn't like nothing they was doing or what they was, you know, they was out there, my boys, and it was for the Black community.
Yeah,
they didn't let nobody come in. They was all about trying to free your minds and free you. But guess what? The system said, nah, y'all are too, sometimes you gotta be though, man. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, I think it's interesting, bro. I think it's interesting that we're at a point right now where, you know what I'm saying, you cannot honestly, consciously just be like, I'm solely for this candidate because they line up with everything that I believe in.
Yeah.
You're more siding with a side because this side is more against, or you just don't like him. I was thinking about why did we vote Bill Clinton, right? Like everybody, especially the Black community, love Bill Clinton.
They love some Bill Clinton.
And when you dissect Bill Clinton, you wasn't nothing but a snake in the grass, my boy. Look, you like, when he was playing that saxophone, he was getting some, you know, some this. Y'all was like, Bill, that motherfucker. Hey, me included.
Yeah, me included.
Like, Bill, that motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Bill's cool, man. Bill's cool.
And doing all these other things that's, you know, locking our Black asses away, you know what I'm saying? And just jacking us up, man. And it's just so funny how.
What a coincidence.
As Black people, as just, bro, you know what? As Americans, homie, we're so moved by emotions. I don't like him today. I don't love him. Like all the bullshit that we do. When you think about, like, even think about the education systems in China and you know, when you look at it, it's not like we don't, I don't like the way she teaches. She gave me more homework today. Bro, you go to these other education systems. It's a system. Hey, look, guess what? They killing us. They killing us. You think about it, me included, bro. Like, that's why I like, you think about it, bro. Why do you think, come on, bro, TikTok. Man, come on, we're TikTok. TikTok is killing us. And guess who running that thing? China. We over here like TikTok and like,
hey, but no, we need to cut that out though, right? Like that's what Trump says, right? Yeah. We need to cut that stuff out. As long as we just hack the saw on all these immigration things, then
that's the solution.
That's the solution.
But we're not gonna focus on America. Let's be honest, boys. Check it out. Ain't none of this even talking about the benefit of Americans, and we ain't talking about what's going to happen for America, what we want to do. They want to focus on, as they always do, smoking guns, focus on stuff that's outside of America, right? True. What are we going to do for Americans? How are we going to help Americans, right? What are we going to do with the economy? What are we going to do with
about healthcare?
You know, healthcare, bro. Like the things that are really important for us. Why are we fighting or even having a discussion about
color.
Color. She's not black. She's Indian. Her father's, he's Jamaican. No,
Jamaican.
but he's Indian. He was living in Jamaica,
Right.
and he's technically not black. And it's like,
and if he's not black, then he's not for us. She's not for us, and if she is black,
this is not red. This is peach pink, and this is bullshit, bro. Like,
complete
man,
bullshit.
I swear, yo. Hey, listen, man. In part 2, I actually have fun with this because I hope some of y'all were actually able. Hopefully, I'm just gonna say, I pray.
Yeah.
That something we said made sense.
Trigger
and to
something,
y'all that are stuck on worshiping these idols, right? You think about it. You go back in time, right? They used to sell idols in Egypt, right?
Yeah.
You'd go up to them and be like, "Yo, I want to worship this God." Okay, how much is that God? $15. Now I create a culture of believing in the light with the purple dot in the middle God.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And now guess what? I get everybody on board. Now we're in the, guess what? I want to purchase the Trump God or the Kamala God. That's what I want to do right now. I don't care about nothing they say. I don't care about nothing that's going on. I don't even care what's real anymore. I just want to worship the Trump or Kamala God. I don't know. I got no more for you, man. I'm done.
Hey, I'm good, man. I enjoyed this one.
On
I think that was it. We had the economic policy, but we somewhat touched on that one.
Let's close out.
So right now, obviously, a lot of people are feeling the pinch with inflation, right? And what we're not really getting, I would say, from either party is what is going to be done to reverse it, right? You have heard Trump state that, we do have inflation and he's going to fix it, right? But I don't know what, hardcore regulations are going to be put in place to kind of get things back on track, because people are still suffering. It's not like everything is just okay right now. People are still spending $200-$300 on groceries, and you come home with just trinkets as far as food. So these things are huge. Even with buying cars, buying homes, there's still a huge struggle point right now. And I think on that one, Trump may have a more difficult side to bring, because when you start talking about, and we spoke about this earlier, about cutting off immigration, right? That is only going to rise those prices because you're taking away that groundwork, right? And then on Kamala's side, we just don't know what is actually, it's kind of just like, well, just be okay with what's going on and it'll get better. But keeping in mind, Biden has been in office these past 4 years. And in that term, we have seen a rise in inflation.
Well, I got to say, I don't know if Biden's actually been in office. I know he's been the president. I don't know where the hell Biden has been.
I don't know either.
I don't know where he's been. Like, honestly, bro, I honestly I see a guy, and that's what I see. I'm like,
we don't really know. You know what, to your point, that is one thing I would say, and this is not an endorsement of Trump, but when Trump was in office, they were grilling him like daily. You heard about what Trump was doing every single day. If he was signing something, because we know about all the what, I forgot what they call it, the executive orders that he was signing. That was plastered everywhere. What do we know publicly about what Biden?
Motherfucker Biden like that. Hey Biden, what's today's weather?
Next thing you know, he's just walking off into the sunset.
Hey, no more. Like, bro,
man.
Bro, I tell you, bro, like, I'm blessed to be in this country because of the opportunities and being able to do stuff like this.
True.
No, bro. We gotta do better, bro. Hey, listen. What's funny? You said the economic. Like, I want to say is, and maybe I'm not well versed on it enough.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna say this. I feel like it becomes an important topic or pushes people to do more about it. If it's more of a driving point of what's important to the people in America, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I could be wrong, and please let me know. And y'all let me know. I think we're too focused on the small picture. That, to your point, is wages aren't going up. I know there was one time when wages were going to go up, right? You know what I'm saying? It was a big thing. We're going to pay our employees this. We're going to do this. But, it's not as important, right? You know what I'm saying? So if it's not as important to you, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to focus on the things that you make important to me. So if you're making all this other stuff important to you, but you're not making important, our economic aspect, our groceries and all these other things and things like that, I'm going to be like, you know what? It's not that important to you.
It's not important. I think there's two sides to it. I believe that you can have someone that is impoverished, right? And that person that is impoverished, while realizing that they are impoverished, they will spend money on things that they don't need and they'll spend money on things that they want, versus things that they actually need. Just by, mental conditioning, right? Is that if you focus on the glamorous things, right? You may not get the non-fun things, right? Like you may not try to build up your equity instead of going to go spend money on a fancy car, right? And so I think there's a high level of conditioning with people in the masses where we're not looking at us being in the swamp. We're looking at it like, oh, we can get some red bottoms, you know what I'm saying? We can get a nice car. Instead of realizing the predicament that we're in right now. Because I do recall when we had the whole housing bubble back when, right? People were complaining. Like people were like, yo, like I'm spending $700,000 on a home. This is crazy. And you're talking about huge homes, which are now double that price, right? Facts. And you don't hear that level of complaining anymore. So it's still there, but you don't hear it.
That's my point. It's not as important anymore. You know what people complain about? They don't complain about buying that $1.7 million house.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago.
You're right.
Was 650,
yeah.
750,000, right?
Yeah.
You know what they're complaining about? The damn interest rates are 7.9, 6.9. I'm gonna wait till they get to 5.9. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you got people that are in the projects or lower income out, right, who aren't probably ever gonna own a house.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They're never gonna own a house. So
Yeah.
those aren't important to them. What's important to them is the groceries. Those are the things. The people who own those things aren't important. You know why? It's because they're just worried about interest rates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they have a different mindset.
They got a different
You know what I'm saying?
mindset.
But guess what? Who honestly cares? I do. But I'm saying who honestly cares about the poor? The people that are the powers that be don't care about the poor.
Not at all. It's
Because
not even a
the poor
factor.
is what makes them wealthy.
Absolutely.
They throw these Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and
Yep.
all these different
You
places.
just keep
and
buying
go
it, buying it,
you
buying
can't
it.
damn afford to buy a house, but you're
Right.
buying Starbucks every motherfucking day.
Every
Right?
day.
Every day, bro. And this shit's not even good. I don't even like Starbucks, bro. Like,
Starbucks is straight garbage.
I like
And these
McDonald's
people-
motherfucking coffee, dog. Like, y'all tripping. Oh, you want to get a latte with motherfucking 3 sugars in that shit. You're like, bro, what?
Meanwhile, they're making it.
Guess what? We complain about things that are unimportant.
True.
But we don't complain about that $12 cup of Starbucks coffee.
Right.
Come on, bro.
Daily,
bro.
That is nuts.
Man.
They'll make that happen. They'll make that Starbucks happen.
Bro, they will make hey, listen, they will go, I gotta go to Starbucks real quick. Man,
It's crazy, man.
Crazy, but you know what? Man, listen, check it out. We love you, man. Check it out. This is DKL Exteriors, our #1 supporter, man. You know what I mean?
Drop that
Check
number,
them out, man. 571-494-3709. Man, we service the Maryland, Virginia, DC area, man. We locked and loaded, baby. Check it out. Holla at us, man. Leave those comments.
Make sure you like this, subscribe,
Man, show some
hit
love,
that
baby.
notification bell.
You can't tell me you didn't enjoy this video, bro. Because the shit, ain't nobody talking like this.
Absolutely.
Ain't nobody saying what we
For
saying.
sure.
They doing too much going this and that. But yo, hola.
Hey, it is. Good one. All right? Peace.
Y'all be blessed, man. Love y'all.
She put it right now. I'ma get